Hey everybody, it's Bryce with the Burks Group. So my house has been on the market for about 3 weeks now, so I wanted to go ahead and put a video together to talk about the things that I wish I would have known heading into the process. If you guys want to see the flip and everything that kind of took place, I'll post a link down below so you guys can watch all those videos. So I have 5 things that I wanted to go ahead and show you guys, so we'll go ahead and kick it off with number 1. Okay, so the number 1 thing that I wish I knew heading into this process was how hard it was to actually find the right property to flip. You have to know the market, you have to know what you're kind of wanting to put into the house, what the market calls for, all this other stuff. So what I use to just kind of make sure that I'm making my money back and making a profit is I use the 70-30 rule. The 70-30 rule is basically you don't want to put any more than 70% of the ARV, which is after rehab value, into the property. So if the house is $100,000, or your ARV is $100,000, you don't want to put any more than $70,000 into it for purchase, rehab, and the 30% is effectively going to be your profits after fees and all that other stuff. So HDT makes it super simple to just go and do this and pick a house and throw some contractors at it and fix it up. It's really not that easy. You really do have to kind of dig in and understand what it is, the numbers are, and all that good stuff. So with the market being the way it is right now, finding properties is really hard. People know what they have, and so they're going to ask a premium for those properties, and you just have to keep an eye out. Okay, so the second thing is how much time it actually took. Not necessarily the length of the project itself, but the amount of time that it actually took from myself and my family. As I've mentioned before in my other videos, I have a full-time job. So trying to work through this flip, especially my first one, and kind of learning everything along the way, I spent a whole lot of time that I probably wouldn't later on, now that I have some more knowledge around how this stuff works, some more processes in place. So it really did take a lot of my time. And there's some things that I did on my own, and I probably could have paid someone to do it, but I really wanted to be involved with this one because it was my first one. So hopefully in the future, the time might go down, but I still want to be very much involved because I want to know what's going on with my properties. Okay, so the third thing I wish I really knew heading into this whole process is just the interactions with the contractor. Not only that, but also managing the contractor, which is I got a whole story for that, and it's probably time for another video, but you have to know your contractor. I had a lot of trouble, and I really thought that it was going to be a little bit easier to manage this whole process, and it really wasn't. We kind of went in with a plan, things changed, that's fine, but it's just, things didn't play out the way I thought. Apparently there's a schedule of things that need to take place, and me thinking about things logically, I was thinking of things differently, and just that communication was not cohesive. It wasn't a great experience. So what I've learned to do is to actually get samples of work, pictures, testimonials from people, something to show how you work with the contractor, the type of work that they've done, stuff like that. And then also build out lists every single week for the work that you personally expect to be done, and don't pay them until that stuff is done. And I made that mistake a few times throughout this whole process. So just stay on top of your contractor, make sure you're communicating, make sure you're getting the updates that you need, and you should be good. So I'm going to try some new things with some of the properties that I'm moving on to next, so I'll let you know how that changes. So the fourth thing that I wish I knew was how often things changed. Like I said, I kind of went in with a plan, and I kind of expected things to go according to that plan, and they never did. Every single time I walked into the house, something had changed that I didn't expect to change, and just the overall plan, the layout of the house even, just things happen all the time, and then we'll run into things that we just didn't expect to happen, which is kind of what your contingency is for. But it's just, those things set you back. It changes your timeline, it changes your budget, and you just, going into it, I didn't realize how often those things actually changed. It seemed like it was almost a daily basis when I kicked off this whole process. So now I know, and it's going to be something that I account for a little bit more. That also kind of ties back into my previous thing, which is the time. It just, those changes, everything just takes more. So just keep that in mind. Okay, and the final thing is kind of a small thing, but it's so true, and it's how much the little things actually cost you, money-wise and time-wise. I mean, you just don't even think about some of this stuff, like your faceplates for your plugs and your light switches, and then the vents for your HVAC, and then your hardware for your doors, and hardware for your cabinets, and just all these other little random things that just kind of pop up. And it's things that you just normally don't even think about, like a drain plug for your tub. Like you think you just buy the hardware for some stuff and that's good, or you say I want a tub installed, and then you have all these extra pieces and stuff like that you still need to do. So yeah, just the little things add up, and they really, really do. So keep that in mind. So if I were to provide a suggestion, even for myself moving forward, is to build out a little piece of your budget to handle some of that stuff, because it really, really does add up, especially like door hardware and stuff. It gets expensive. Okay, so that was my 5 things. So hopefully that was helpful. I've learned quite a bit, and it's been quite a learning experience, and I've learned everything. There's a whole lot for me to learn. I love this industry, and I'm going to continue progressing and buying more properties, different types of properties, trying new things out, and I'll keep you guys updated on everything that I do. So again, if you guys haven't been here before or seen my videos, go ahead and subscribe and like and take a look at everything that I've provided so far. I continue to provide a whole lot more, and look out for more videos as they come. See you guys.